Welcome to the Madroit Podcast. We bring you bite-sized marketing and sales insights to help you level up, no matter the size of your business. Tune in and answer the big question, what does marketing actually do?
Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we are wrapping up our 3-part series on AI. Well, in part 1, we talked about how to start using AI and how to write better prompts. In part 2, we covered how to integrate AI into your workflows so it can save you real time running your business. And now here we are in part 3, where we're going to be talking about where it all comes together. So the main focus here is how to use AI for marketing strategy and business decisions. And this is really where the tools go from being assistants to more advisors. So when to kind of kick us off, let's dive right in with AI and what it can be used for.
AI isn't just for writing, it's for thinking. And thinking is really having conversation with yourself back and forth, right? Challenging your own thoughts and questioning things and coming up with different ideas that may or may not work, right? That is thinking and ending up with a result that is ultimately really thoughtful and going to be helpful business-wise is the goal. The right prompts can help you plan campaigns. It can help analyze data, even map out customer journeys, all way faster than whiteboarding or going through every individual step, right? You can always edit. That's the point of thinking, editing the output, but it's a real shift. Thinking of AI as just a writer, I would say stop that. Start thinking of AI as your analyst, your marketing assistant, your content planner, your idea board, sounding board, your HR. There's so many things it can do and be a advisor on or strategic thinker to partner up with.
And I like what you said there, because AI can really be that one-person marketer that can wear all these different hats. But it is the job that you are giving it. It is you being the one that pulls the strings and tells it exactly what you want. And how do we do that? It all comes back to prompting. So really utilizing strategic prompts that are going to work for you to achieve the goals that you want. So let's, again, just going off of your point, let's go beyond content for a second here and really think about, okay, you can use AI to think through real decisions. So if you know what to ask, which is the biggest point here, some strategic prompts that you can really utilize AI for to help your business go to the next level. Something as simple as act as a fractional CMO for a home service business and create a 90-day content strategy focused on lead generation. So that is something that previous would have taken hours and hours of time, and you sitting there disagreeing or agreeing with somebody on your team and going back and forth through ideas, as you and I have sat through many of these content strategy situations. I think that is something that can get you part of the way there. And then you're there to fine tune it and really slam it home to make sure that it's hitting on all the key points that you want to. Another very cool opportunity is to analyze data, right? So analyze this set of customer reviews and summarize common complaints or friction points. Generating a list of KPIs to track for a digital ad campaign, targeting whatever segment audience you want to within your area. That is a great way to do things like segment out lists. Now you're able to send targeted messages based on specific segments within an audience to say, hey, these folks, they haven't had their air ducts cleaned in 3 to 5 years. And now I just got a great group to target within a matter of minutes. I think the ability to even do things like upload anonymized data, right? Call summaries, for example, form fills, or even reviews, right? And just ask them, find some patterns. What are the things that we're doing well? You're learning about yourself at that point. What are some things that we're doing well? What are some areas of opportunity? How can we make this call better? How can we adjust this form fill so that we're achieving more leads? Or maybe it's more qualified leads, which is always a huge piece in marketing and in sales. Those are some examples of what you can do. But again, it's not just set it and forget it. It is very much something that you have to be in control of. So, which you can give it all the data points that you want to, but ultimately you have to know what your end goal hopefully is, which is where AI's ability to analyze data comes into play.
Absolutely. And it's even stepping backwards a little bit to analyze marketing data or create a customer journey. if you're starting with one of the prompts you shared, you can also back up and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. What are the key things we should care about, or typical KPIs, or typical things people should be looking for in this role? And then here's the data after they've shared that you've agreed the AI, right? And then you share the data, and then you have something as a baseline to check it against. And I don't know, it's so impactful. You can get so much done so quickly and find the insights, like you mentioned, that you just wouldn't really have seen otherwise. One, you don't have the time to check for all these patterns. AI makes it really quick. And if it gives you 5 examples, you might really, 2 of those might be home runs where it's, okay, that's absolutely campaign, like you said.
Yep.
Okay, 3 to 5 years, they haven't done this service. We know they need it. Okay, let's hit them. So using AI for data insights, uploading a CSV, whether it's from Facebook ads export or Google Analytics or Google Ads, and then asking it things like, what are your top performing campaigns and why? The why might not be the best answers, but the more you feed it, the more it knows about you. So then eventually it can give you some really great information. But you can also see asking, where are we spending the most and getting the least return? What's the worst performing campaign from an ROI standpoint? And what trends over this data set are you seeing? Are there any? So getting things like that, just really great way to, what would you ask a data analyst? Doing that with AI is huge.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think, again, when it comes to the accountability, much like you would hold a data analyst accountable, you need to hold AI accountable still as well. It will certainly give you some great insights and great information. However, the nuances of your business, you know what it is that's led to X amount of leads, or you're the one that may be fielding the leads. So AI may give you some great insight, but then it's up to you to say, man, yeah, that's really spot on. Because AI is going to look at it not as a member of your company that has addressed every single lead for the past year, 2 years, whatever. It's going to look at it as an analyst, right? It's not going to have any subjective opinions, right? Like, it's going to be very honest and open with you about what it's seeing. Again,
yeah, fun thing with that, being honest and open, after you've been using your AI for a while, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, or Bot, or something like that, ask it what it thinks of you. This is a fun little thing. Obviously, if you only use it for data analysis because that's what you struggle with, it's going to have a view of you based on that. But if you use it for a lot of things, it's really interesting what it picks up and understands about you, where your strengths and weaknesses might be. Even ask it to call you out on things you shouldn't be doing or should be doing instead.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
It's in some cases, AI could turn into a little bit of a therapy session for you.
There's AI apps coming out all the time focused on that, right?
Yep.
Because there's so many use cases for it. Yeah, good or bad. But
as we take the data and the insights that we've gotten from AI, the biggest question I think that comes next is, okay, what do I do with it? How do I leverage that and actually put it into play? So AI is something that is certainly capable of helping you to plan campaigns. And I think planning a campaign, I stress the word campaign because in many situations in marketing, we see folks that they might dip their toe into ads and they might let it run for a couple weeks. You need a little bit longer runway to actually make informed decisions and then really truly determine, is it working? Is it not? Google's still trying to learn you, or Facebook, Meta, they're still trying to learn you, your audience. So it does need that runway to actually be able to work. I think using AI to help plan campaigns is a great opportunity for you to save a lot of time for your business. But again, coming up with that workflow to how to do it, right? So doing things like feeding in the business type, audience, offer, your budget to help really come up with a sound structure for your campaign that you're building. I think giving the opportunity to say, okay, I need actually like a calendar, and that's something that you could easily do for organic social, right? You still have to come up with a lot of the content and the assets that you're going to be featuring for organic social, but like at least you have a plan, a roadmap, something to tell you what it is that you need to do. And if you're somebody who's not the creative type, you're somebody who needs a little bit more help, guidance to get the ideas started for you, ask it. Right? Ask for social ideas, ask for email ideas, even from on a week to week, day to day, month to month basis, whatever your frequency is, to give you some ideas, and you can feed it information about your brand, about your tone that you're looking to achieve. But the goal is, if you can give it to AI and it can kick you back something that is 80% done. It's just done the majority of the legwork for you. Then it's up to you to make sure that you can go and refine it, because as we've stressed here many times, it's not perfect, but it truly is the ultimate jumpstart to actually get you started and keep you going.
Absolutely. I think that like getting it to the 80%, that 20% is the most important, right? So you're focused on the most important thing. You own the outcome. You are responsible for what you use from AI. Using it blindly is not going to end well. But at some point, it will come back to bite you. But that's why it's important to have some limitations, some safeguards on using your AI. Like, of course, I've seen crazier things, creating a pricing strategy without any human guidance or judgment, right? Like just sticking with whatever it says. I've asked it to price out things and it spits out wildly different results of what in our market something appropriate price might be, right? Because it's showing off the mass amounts of information it has and predicting what it should say. Relying on it too much is obviously could be harmful. Medical compliance related advice, it doesn't always change, right? It's not constantly changing, but it is very nuanced. So owning the outcome, like at the end of the day, AI is not the one getting sued if you did wrong in your business, right? So and putting safeguards on it. So if it's for the team and you have AI set up, safeguarding against that and training your LLM, your AI to be cautious and not go into certain areas of information, right? Just because that it shouldn't be giving advice or creating any content or collateral based on some criteria, right? If it's medical, feeding it that information so it knows.
Yeah.
It's marketing campaigns and you really don't want to be seen in a certain way. So you don't do this type of post and you never do that. A political or religious post. If that's something your company doesn't want to do, of course, and plenty of companies feel that way, make sure it has rules on that. Because if it's a marketing AI assistant at that moment, it may, like, hey, this is seasonal, this is topical, let's post about it. But if your limitation, your guardrail is don't post about religious events or holidays, then that's a way to safeguard yourself, your team, and your company. So it's there to give you ideas, not answers to everything. Use it to sharpen your thinking, not replace it.
Yeah. I think that's the big thing. And of course, at the end of the day, it's some of these things that we're talking about here that really separate some of the casual users from true like power users. That we see a lot of situations where we have a ton of businesses that are still just asking AI to write them some captions. And you can be the one that's truly using it to do everything from build you an actual plan to analyze data and make decisions a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. So it is 100% about something that we tell kids from the very, very early stages when they're just getting into school or sports or whatever to the most successful business people out there. It's not about working harder. It's about thinking smarter, and AI is a great way to help.
Well said.
That's all for this episode of the Madroit Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the pod or want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks for listening.